Hi guys, this video that I'm making today is on the template, my template, the template that I use every day. As you can see here, you have um, one stock with four different time frames. On the left side, left top corner, you see weekly frame. Then here on the right, you see daily. On the bottom left corner is hourly frame, and on the bottom right is you see the 15-minute frame. I have bunch of values that you can see here. Today, I'm going to tell you what these values are and what moving averages I've plotted. Um, so let me just zoom into one more thing. This is possible with having multiple frame opening, like this sort of a layout with multiple values and multiple uh, moving averages is possible only with the paid account. So if you have a paid account, you can create this layout right away. Um, so let me just zoom into the left one first. This is the weekly frame, and the moving average that you see here is a 10-week moving average. Just it's a 10 moving average line plotted on a weekly chart, so it is automatically a 10-week moving line. Then this red value is the current price, and this orange value is the value of current value of this moving average line. This gets plotted on its own, so I'm not. You can, I think, go to settings and turn it off from here if you don't like it. Then here you have the volume bar, which is pretty standard, and this line that you see on the volume bar is the average of like if you go to settings of that volume and write 10, so it's calculating the average of last 10 weeks and plotting that line. So every time the volume is above that line, which means the volume is above average of last 10 weeks, and every time it is below, the volume is below average of last 10 weeks. So that's very simple. Then uh, the most interesting parts are these values. On the left, 2.22, this left scale is ADR. So ADR is basically the average range during of that bar. So I have here ADR or 10 means it's calculating the average range of last 10 bars. So because it's on weekly, so it's calculating of last 10 weeks. So how you can add it is by going to indicators and just type ADR and this one by the ADR this tool, you'll find it there. Just click on it and it will come like let me add it live. So click on ADR, this one, the scrutinizer, and so when you add it, it will come as a new line below the price scale. So how you can get it here is by clicking on these three dots and moving it to existing pane above. This line comes here. Now clicking on the settings and change the length to 10 because we're doing last 10 weeks, and and reduce this to 0 so that the line is gone from here, and then again click on dots and move to pin to scale. Click on pin to a new left scale. So this is how you get the ADR, which was plotted as a new line below the chart, is now on the left side. So now you can see the value, current value is 2.22. And so it does not take up space. And now it's permanently plotted here. So that's the ADR for you. Then on the right, there are three values. One is in this green color, one is in red, and one is yellow. So let me show you what this yellow means. So um, I have been saying that when the stock gets really extended, uh, then it stops going up further without, I mean, it goes into a pause and sometimes really pulls back. So the upside is limited at that time, and we should avoid taking trades when the stock is extended. So one way to know extended is if the stock is extended is to see the distance between the current price and the and the moving line. Like for example, this you can clearly see the distance between the current price and the line looks visibly very high, and after that the stock really paused. Even in the past, like here, the distance was not much, but yeah, this is not the best example. Yeah, this one distance was pretty high, and then the stock paused. So to know if the stock is extended, is there a way we can get a value? So what I've done is, again, go to indicators, and there is this tool called distance from EMA. So just add this. Let me just add fresh for you. So distance from EMA, and again, just like the previous time, the last one time it is added as a new indicator. Um, Same thing. Click on these three dots and move to existing pane above. Now it's here. Then change the input to since we're calculating the distance from 10 week, so change this period to 10. And since it was simple moving average, I'm changing it to SMA. And that's it. Sorry, one more thing. And I'm going to change this color to yellow and reduce the this 100 to 0. And now the value is here 7.71. You, as a new scale, so I don't want so many scales. I can now move it to scale B on the right, pin pin to scale B. So now it's here. So that 7.71 value, now I know that ABB is 7.71% away from the 10 moving average. I don't have to every day calculate what was the value here. We can go back and see. The value here was 21%. You can change the color. White is not really going. Let's do this. Yeah, now you can see at this point it was 21%. We can check one more stock. Here it is 44% away. 44% away. And people who don't really know this concept, they enter even at at such a high distance, and then they pay the price of this whole period, which is takes into like I said, the stock takes a pause. Here it took a pause for many weeks. These are not just 5 bars; these are like almost 1.5 month. So only after that distance got reduced. Here the distance was from 44%, the distance is only 7%. Only then the stock took off again. So you have to, this really helps in avoiding names that, like not selecting the names in your watch list which are very extended already. So this is how you can plot the distance tool on the right scale. Then what are these green and red values? Again, very this will really help you in making your watch list very objectively without confusion and being subjective. So this green value is how much the stock is up from its 52-week low. Right now, HEG is only 8% up from its 52-week low. My recent trade, Zentech, is 98% up from its 52-week low. So clearly, there is a huge trend buying force in the stock compared to HEG. So if I have 10 names in and I'm confused which one to really put in my watch list, then this can really help you in selecting the name that which has better force. So clearly, if I want to choose between HEG and Zentech, I would look for buying opportunities in Zentech because it has a strong buying force. So how to plot this? It's uh, yeah, for this you will have to, I've created a pine code for this. So you have to go to click on Pine Editor here at the bottom, and I will share these values later after, like through a link. uh, you just yeah, so you have to create a new indicator by going on Pine Editor, then click on Open, and then create new indicator, and then just copy paste. One second. Yeah, copy paste this here. I'll share this code with you. And then after putting it here, click on add to chart. Now, just like the last two tools, this value is here on the chart and I don't want it like this. So I go to the setting, click here, and change this to green color. Why green? Because green usually is like denotes buying. So I'm saying that I'm using the green color here, and reducing this value to 0. And now I am pinning it to the B scale here. So now every day I already can just see, I don't have to calculate. I can see the stock is up 98% from its 52-week low. Then the same way, this red is how much is it away from 52-week high? What is the distance between 52-week high and the current price? So here it's saying 0 because the stock has just made a new 52-week high today. So that's why it's saying clearly Zentek is in a clear uptrend, strong force crossed, made a new 52-week high, which is why it's showing 0. So I'll show you another stock. Let's see ABB. ABB is 1.55% away from 52-week high. So for this again, um, you don't need pine code for this. This indicator is already there. So just go indicator and type distance from 52-week high. Now, when you add it, it comes as this histogram. So go to settings, change this histogram to line, and color to red. Reduce this value, hit OK. Three dots, move above, and then move it to uh, pin scale to B. The value is here now, 1.48. So I've added how much is it up? How much? Sorry. So I've added how much is it up from 52-week low? How much is it away from its 52-week high? And what is the current distance between the price and the 10 moving average line to know if the stock is extended or not? So these three values are here. ADR is here, and this 10 moving average line is here. So this is how my weekly looks like. So the weekly is done. One second. So the weekly is done. Now I'm going to talk about the daily frame. Daily is the only moving average here is right now is the 20 moving average line on the daily frame. So just go to indicators, add time moving average, and choose the period 20, and this is how it gets plotted. Then uh, here again on the left, you see this green value. This is this is so this left green value that you see here is again it's calculating how much the stock is up in the last 30 days from like whatever the lowest point in the last 30 days, sorry, 3 months, not 30 days, whatever the last lowest value in the last 3 month is, how much is the stock up in the last 3 months. So it's calculating the momentum of what how much the buying force in the last 3 months is. So here it says that ABB is up 26% in the last from the lowest point in the last 3 months, and Zentech is 64% up in the last three, like from the lowest point in the last 3 months. So how to plot this? Again, you need I've created a like pine code for this. So go to Pine editor and again go to open and create a new indicator. Just remove this first. Don't forget to remove this and then paste this here. So it's and then click on add to chart. Now again, like every time, this is added as a new line. So we'll go to settings and change this to green again because green is for buying, and reducing the value. Click OK. Click on these three dots and pin to new right scale. Sorry, left. I'm using it on left. So here it's now the value is here. It says 66 days. Why 66 days? Because I've chosen trading days in a month. So in 3 months, it's every month we have Saturday, Sunday. Like so, I've removed 8 trading holidays and taken 3 months as 66 days. Again, it does not matter if it is 65 or 67 or 69. Just stick to one and never get confused about better. Is 21 better or 20 MA better or 19 MA better or 18 MA better? You can make money from everything as long as you're not jumping from one to the other. You can even make money from 17 moving average with a 70 days distance. That will not make any difference to your trading. The only problem arises when you keep moving from one or the other, and that's when you get confused. So let's not get into why 66. So now the value is here, and nothing else is here, and this green value on the right side is the current price. The orange value is the value of the moving average. There is this relative volume. It says 47%. What is it? So if you go to indicators and type relative, so this one by SSK charts. So just click on it and click on settings, input. I use for the last 50 days. So I had 50 and you can see the the volume is right now 47% of the average volume of last 50 days. It is not, it means the volume is not even has not even crossed the average volume at this moment. Is it really important? Do I really use it on daily basis when I take a trade? No. Why do I still have it? Because if I have 5 names in my watch list, and in the morning there is one name which is breaking out, or which has started in the first 3 minutes, already crossed 30% volume, average volume, I then it means if the volume in the first 3 minutes is very high, by the end of the day, obviously it is going to be way higher. Then I make a choice, then I take that name and I leave the other one. But it does not mean the names that have not started on a strong volume note, they don't really break out. I've taken trades, and I've had trades where the volume has not been really very high at the morning, but they break out somewhere in the middle of the day or maybe towards the close. So this is not something that has to be this is not a mandatory condition, but if the volume is there in the morning, it really helps. So the value is here. So this blue is the same as the value that you can see here. And the last thing that uh, I use on the daily is these are the dots that I think you can't see because it's a white layout. Usually I set it to purple, but usually because my screen is slightly bigger, uh, to save my eyes, I use the black layout. And on black, yellow is very evident. But I'm sure you know that. 1 second. Yes, so you already, I'm sure many know that there is this purple indicator, purple dot indicator that I use, which is this one. So what is it? This is basically um, how many, when every time you see a purple dot, it means the stock has moved more than 5% up or down. Like here, you see on a down day, you can clearly see it's a five more than it was down more than 5%. The next day again, you have a purple dot. The stock is up more than 5%. But that's not all. It has to have volume also. So I have set as usually I use it on 1 million, but I think even 500,000 is fine. So you can experiment with these numbers. Right now, just um, so every time you have a so what how I really use this these purple dot is it's not something a buy. Some people have assumed that purple dot means that you buy the stock. No, it only means if I can from watching it from a distance, I can clearly see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green days when there were purple dots, which means this stock whenever it moves, moves very fast and it moves on with big volume. So if I really want to make money fast, I should look for stocks which has multiple purple dots in the last few days, maybe sorry, last few weeks. So that's the only way I use it. So how to plot it? The video is already there, but since I'm making a video, one combined video, I'll just uh, explain again. Again, you have to go to um, Pine Editor and go to Open, create new, and remove it. I've already created it, so I'm just gonna share the code with you again. And this is the code, and save it. Oh, sorry, add to chart. Now it's added. And right now the code was for 2 million and 4% days. So I'm going to change it to 5 lakhs, 500,000 and 5%. And this is the shape of, like, this is the color I'm using. Above bar, it stands out more. You can use either below bar or above bar, whatever suits you, and change the color to whatever the frame is. Since it's a white layout, you can use the purple dot. At times I use the black layout, so then I use the yellow color, which um, I mean like stands out on the white background. The yellow color is not very visible. So yeah, play around. You can experiment on your own. So yeah, so these are the uh, all, like, all the values that I use on my daily frame. And on hourly and weekly, oh sorry, 15 minutes, there's nothing. On hourly, there is only 20 moving average line, nothing else. On 15, it's not even there. Um, why I'm using daily, hourly, and 15 is at times there are on 15, I can see reversals, which I have taken a lot. You can see recent trades in the last 10. There have been many times where the stock drops, undercuts some important level, and then reverses. So I've taken a reversal trade. On the hourly, sometimes the trend is very like if I, like for example, this particular trade, I bought it 215. Right now, that it's 290. And if I want to trail it with 10 moving average, it's right now 230. So current price is 287, and my stop loss is 230. It's too much of a distance. Not everyone is comfortable leaving that much money on the table. So you can at times trail the same stock on a smaller frame with some moving average it is respecting, and to reduce your risk. But again, uh, you will get stopped out from even good trades. That's the downside of it. So in trading, every decision has a advantage in a, there is a pro and a con of it for it. So you have to settle down with whatever you choose to. There is a downside for it that you have to be okay with. So this is the layout that I use, um, and this is how my screen looks like. If you have any questions, you can use the members club channel and let me know.